good in your eyes. Please talk to me on that level, because I know how short I've fallen, and I know where I'm falling short, and I know, my God, where I'm coming up empty, and I know all the things I lack. But please talk to me from a position of my potential. Oh, Jesus. You got to be able to surround yourself with somebody and gravitate to people who can see the potential in you and speak to you from that place. I'm not going to bring up your bad habits no more. I'm not going to bring up the money you owe me. I'm not going to bring up how you did this. I'm not going to bring up how you did that. I'm going to tell you what I see in you, my God, that can get you to another place of pleasing God and pleasing your own life. And so what you got to learn how to do, watch this, you have to learn how to go from tragedy to triumph. And so there's going to be some times in your life where you won't be able to learn from anybody, my God, or anything. Watch this. There are times where you're going to learn from what somebody else tells you. But then there are other times when you're not going to be able to learn from what they're saying. You're only going to be able to learn from your own experience. And even though there's someone out there that can help you overcome what you're going through, they may not be in your life at the time that you're going through your experience. Hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me. This is where you have to go through trial and error until you figure out how to get through by yourself. One thing we must learn in our time of trial is how to turn our tragedies into triumphs. You see, it's always easier to influence or be impacted by the negative things in life. And what we must learn how to do is find the positive in the negative. Watch this. I came across an interesting story in Time magazine about one of its correspondent writers named Michael Weisskopf. And in 2003, Time magazine decided to honor the embodiment of the American soldier. And so they decided to make the American soldier Man of the Year or Person of the Year. And being one of the magazine's correspondent writers, Mr. Weisskopf volunteered to travel with an active duty soldier in Iraq to get insight on their experience. And even though he was a well-accomplished writer, he looked at this assignment as the assignment of a lifetime. This became his dream assignment. And to him, it was his chance to escape the boredom of a normal work and mundane life back in the comforts of the United States. And so he jumped on the opportunity to take this assignment. He looked at it as an opportunity to really do something out of the ordinary. Sometimes you can go through life and you think that your life is so boring and that there's nothing going on for you until you just begin to just do stuff out of the ordinary looking for a thrill. Thrill seekers, my God, help me up in here. And so he jumped on this opportunity to take on this assignment. And one evening in his dream assignment, my God, it turned into a nightmare in the blink of a moment. He was traveling with a convoy of soldiers through this Iraqi city, and it didn't seem like much was going on. It seemed like everything was pretty calm and everything was pretty okay, my God. And he was just traveling along and everything seemed calm, cool, and collective. And all of a sudden, he's in the back of a Humvee and he hears a thud. He hears a thud and he begins to look around and there's some soldiers up here who are more experienced than him, who could have told him what he needed to do under those circumstances. But watch this. He decides that I'm not going to pay attention to them. I'm not going to let them know. The more experienced person know, my God, what's going on. So I'm going to go investigate myself. So Weisskopf gets up from his seat and he sees in the corner a smooth oval-shaped object and he just reaches and grabs it. Now you got to understand there's more experienced people on the other side of the Humvee who could have told him what he needed to do when this situation happened, but he wanted to be who he wanted to be. And so he began to reach down, and when he grabbed the object, all of a sudden his hand began to melt from the heat from the object, and before he knew it, before he could release it, everything turned black. And the next thing he knew, he woke up and he was on the ground, and the medical emergency people were all around him. And what he didn't understand was that the object he had grabbed was a hand grenade. But if he would have listened to the more experienced folk, y'all not hearing me, if he would have listened and gave them an opportunity to let him know that this right here is something that you need to allow us to handle, he would have saved himself a lot of trouble, because what happened is he ended up losing half of his arm from this point all the way up to his elbow. And people looked at Weisskopf as a hero because of all the lives he had saved. But he felt anything but a hero. He felt like anything but a hero, because he felt that if I would have listened to the people who are more experienced than me, instead of trying to be heady and high-minded and do what I wanted to do, I could have at least saved my arm. But here's the thing. Here's what he learned through his tragedy. What he learned through his tragedy is this, is that he learned how to have a greater appreciation for the life that he had left back in America, because he realized that as he began to pursue his career and as he began to pursue his assignment, it cost him more than what he was willing to pay. And he really had everything that he really wanted back home. My God, y'all not hearing what I'm saying? Sometimes we can go after something and think that that's what we really want to do, until it blows up in our face and we realize that the best life we could have ever had was already ahead of us. The best life we could have ever had, we already had it. The best life we could have ever had, we were already in it. And we begin to pursue things that end up blowing up on us, and it end up costing us more than what we're willing to pay. I'm preaching anyway. Ooh, Jesus, help me up in here. And so what you have to understand now is that in the beginning of chapter 10 of our text, Paul points out to us that all of the forefathers that came out of Egypt, all of them came out of Egypt, all of them were covered by God's cloud, all of them passed through the Red Sea, all of them drank from the same spiritual rock. However, watch this, despite all of them coming out of the house of bondage together, only a few of them made it to the promised land. Why is it that only a few of them made it to the promised land? You see, we must rejoice over the fact that all of the people who started out with us in Christ, my God, and started heading down the road of redemption, out of all the people who start out with you, if you're still in Christ, if you're still doing what God has called you to do, out of all of those people, you're one of the ones who made it. Because let's be real, not everybody makes it. Not everybody is able to continue. Not everybody is able to stand fast. Not everybody is able to do the things, my God, that God has called them to do and continue in it. Everybody that starts in the faith doesn't always maintain the faith. Some of them quit on God just because life has gotten the best of them. Oh man, I know what it's like, and I'm not going to condemn anybody, because I know what it's like when life gets the best of you and you begin to feel like, man, what should I do? Should I continue? Should I go on? Should I continue to fight? Should I continue to do what I'm doing? Should I continue to have faith? What should I do? What do you do when things are not working out for you the way that you thought that they will work out? Do you just give up? Do you quit? Do you throw in the towel? Do you put yourself together? My God, do you pick yourself up? Do you wipe the tears off your face? Do you dust yourself off? Do you say, God, no matter what comes, no matter what goes, no matter what I face, God, I'm still going to stand. No, God, I ain't got many friends now, but I'm still going to stand. No, God, I ain't got many things working out for me now, Lord, but I'm still going to stand. No, God, trouble's in my way. I got to cry sometimes. No, God, but I'm still going to stand. Oh, Jesus, I don't know where my money's coming from. I don't know how my bills are going to get paid. I don't know how I'm going to feed these kids. I don't know how I'm going to get through all of this, but Lord, I'm still going to stand. Oh, Jesus, I'm still going to stand. Amen. Oh, my God. And so, here's what you got to understand. You've got to have a made-up mind. Because there are those of us that stick with God despite our difficulties. Not everything in Christ is peaches and cream and a bed of roses. Yeah, not everything. And so some of us have been through all types of problems while in Christ, but we're still maintaining our faith and